Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's Sugo and today I bring you another original tag. If you don't know what day is, it's May 18th and it's the first semi-final of the Eurovision! I'm happy because I'm a really Eurovision fan and last year we didn't have Eurovision due to COVID, so I need some Eurovision content. And I decided to create a tag about Eurovision. I see one tag that was about the winners of Eurovision and they connect a winner to the song, but I wanted to show you a little bit more about where is Eurovision, show you some clips, show you some little stories, some fun facts. If you don't know what Eurovision is, first, you live under a rock. It's an old competition from 1956 that was created after World War II to unite Europe through song. And through the years, it grew, and now it's a worldwide phenomenon. With amazing songs, amazing winners, iconic looks, everything that it needs to be a great spectacular show. Eurovision goes on a week. It goes first semi-final, second semi-final on Tuesday, Thursday, and then the final on Saturday. And I'm excited. Today is the first semi-finals. Well, let's do the tag. I'll show you and roll the intro. Welcome to the Eurovision Song Contest. It's 1956, the first Eurovision Song Contest ever in Switzerland, where the refrain from Switzerland won. Question: what is the first book that conquered your heart? So I would say that my first book that really conquered my heart was a Portuguese book named Joanna's Moon. It's an amazing novel about drugs and how drugs influence a life of a person and also how a family can stabilize a teenager. Second, Poupee de cire, Poupee de son was a popular song that won for Luxembourg and also popularized tongue twisters and double meaning songs. So name a book with double meanings or themes. And for this, I would decide to go with Wuthering Heights. Although it's like a romance and a tragedy, it's much more about hate and how the oppression and the commitment of life and everything else came to play in the life of people. Now we arrive to 1968, the first Eurovision to have color. So I'll get change. Much better. So 1968 was the first Eurovision Song Contest to be broadcast in color. Name a book that colored your life. That colored my life had to go The House in the Cerulean Sea, maybe, by T.J. Klune. It really gave me love and a lot of color, you know. It's such a colorful book and it's so sweet that really colored my life. And we go to question 4 and it's from catchy tunes like La La La. To hard rock. Hard rock, yeah! Rock hero angels, winged on hard rock, hallelujah! Demons and angels all in one have a right. To pop. Songs with almost no lyrics. Winning Eurovision can be with almost anything. Pick your favorite 3 genres and then your favorite corresponding book for each of them. So my top 3 genres has to be fantasy, historical fiction, and thriller. For fantasy, favorite of all time. Damn, why do I make this to my own? Like, maybe I'm dumb. But I would say I'll go with The Final Empire. Till now, it's my favorite fantasy. Maybe it could change, but till now, it's my favorite. Then historical fiction has to go to Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, of course. Like, it's the best book of almost my life, so definitely. And thriller, or it is The 8 Perfect Murders, or Before I Go to Sleep. Although a lot of people didn't like, I love that book. It was so captivating, so interesting. The concept, I loved it. It was like, it's not like totally mind-blowing, but all concept of it's so good and it's so entertaining. I really love that one. So next is some iconic moments on Eurovision include a Velcro skirt being ripped off. And make Velcro skirts go sold out in a lot of places. So for this one, you have to pick a book that has a deeper meaning or it has a side action besides the main story. And for this one, I choose What Remains by Tim Weaver. It's here, this one. We follow a main story, but there is also a side story that it's connected to the main, but it's like till the middle, almost to the end, we don't understand how they fully connect. Definitely one of this that has like a rip-off moment. It goes from different places. Now, if you don't know, Eurovision, as I show you, have a lot of songs, but there's always a ballad. From the fading light of fire, rise like a phoenix, out of the ashes seeking rather than vengeance. I'll be your angel in your darkest night. I'll be your destiny. For the last time, hold me now. Don't cry, don't say a word, just hold me now. So for this one, pick a book with a memorable emotional scene. I have to go with the book, not like, but I was shocked when that happened, and it was in the House of Night. I will not say because Emily is reading and I want her to be shocked, but I was shocked when the moment happened. I was like, no, please, and I was very devastated. So yeah, I have to go with the House of Night. I can tell why so much. I can explain later. Now, Eurovision is not anymore for Europe. We have a lot of countries from Middle East. We have Australia competing. So it's larger and far from being just Europe. So pick a book from a non-European or American author. So the book that I'll show is The Adventures of Nanga by Pepe. He's an Angolan author that I read for school in my 11th grade for some contest that we had there, and I really enjoyed it. It's about a little kid and he goes in a lot of adventures, and there's a war also. It's very heavy, but it's very interesting. Now, you've seen the best, you've seen the sweet, you've seen the catchy, but Eurovision is also about weird songs. Or this one. This actually came out in second. Yes, second place. It can be dubious, I know. This is weird, but it's iconic. Shows a book that it looks weird, but for you it was iconic. For me, I pick Darling Jim by this author who I don't know the name because it's from Denmark. But the book is weird. Like the sisters and they all fall in love for the same guy, but then they killed him. I'm gonna read you the synopsis. So, a modern Gothic novel of suspense that revealed through their diaries the story of sisters who fall with a believing stranger and a town that turns a blind eye who is murderous way. That is everything that you need to know. So, this is personal to me. Portugal has the record for the country that entered the most without winning. 53 years, 49 contests, till his first win in 2017. But it was amazing when we won. So, pick a book that waited a long time on your shelves, but when the time came, it was the best thing. Aragon by Christopher Apollini. It waited for my shelves like more than 10 years till I read it, and when I read it, it was totally worth it. It was like, it has a lot of cliches, but I liked the story, I liked the setting. I think I love dragons, that's the problem, but it was very good. And I still need to pick the sequels. But moving on. Well, if Portugal took 53 years to win, Ireland won 7 times, and 3 of them in a row. Ireland strikes again? The prompt for this beautiful fact about Eurovision is pick an author whose books are almost always a win for you, or that sequential picks were win-wins for you. And for me, I have to go to my favorite author, who is Jodi Picoult. You hear me rave about her, but for me, each book of her, maybe not always like the best of the best, but it's always good. It make me always think. It touch difficult subjects. It make me want to question things as they are. And for me, he's an author that I know, except some older books that he has, will always be almost a win-win for me. So it's an author that I will pick for that. Now, fun fact, some important singers start in Eurovision. ABBA won the Eurovision Song Contest for Sweden and became a Globe runner. This young lady, Celine Dion, also won the Eurovision for Switzerland. So we have a lot of famous people starting, even non-winners. For this one, name a debut book that made the author international successful. Paula Hawkins, by The Girl on the Train. If you haven't read it, it's a thriller, a psychological thriller. It's really good. She has a new book coming out, like in August, maybe? I still haven't read the second one that she wrote, but I have it. It's here to read, as all my books. But yeah, Paula Hawkins became like a Globe phenomenon, like the book was held. Even Gillian Flynn. I don't know if Gone Girl was her debut novel. Now I'm thinking. I don't know, but Paula Hawkins. Now, we have Ireland that won 3 times in a row. For example, Portugal, they took like 53 years. But there was a country that the first time he entered independently won the competition. It was Serbia in 2007. The first time Serbia entered Eurovision independently as an independent country, won Eurovision. So, a book that was your first experience on that genre, on the author, and it was a win. And for this one, I'll go with The Other Berlin Girl by Philippa Gregory, which was the win for me in historical fiction. I didn't know if I like historical fiction. I knew I liked history. So when I picked Philippa Gregory's The Other Berlin Girl, which is a massive book, I loved it. I devoured that book. I love the action. I love the Tudors. I'm obsessed with historical fiction since then. Meeting real life persons, being or not despite exactly how it was, because it's an historical fiction after all, so it's romanticized. It's amazing. You get a lot of knowledge, and it's also an entertainment. That's why I love Blonde by Joyce Carol Oates about Marilyn. It was my introduction to historical fiction, and it was amazing. I loved it. Now, to finalize about my summary about Eurovision, Eurovision is an inclusive and acceptive show. You know, it's considered for a lot the gay show there is. We had transsexual acts, drag queens, both winning. We had Down syndrome performers. We have open lesbian, gay, whatever. We have a lot of diversity in Eurovision. Even for ethnic songs, we go from ethnic songs for traditionals from the north, from the south of Europe. For the Turkey example, enter and won with one ethnic song. So we have a lot of that, and it's an amazing acceptance show where everyone is welcome. So pick a book with a good representation or with an accepted message. And for this, I pick Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. I love this book. I love this series. I already read everything on Webtoon. Now I'm trying to buy the books, but look at this. It's simply beautiful, and it's simply the most amazing thing about acceptance and about representation that there is nowadays. So pick it up. Pick it up! And now let's tag some people. Well, same rule as last time. My tag, everyone is tag. I love this rule. So guys, this was my Eurovision book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned some things about Eurovision. I hope you tune in wherever you are to this tonight, Thursdays, and on Saturday for the grand final for Eurovision. If you can see the grand final, there is on YouTube. You can see it on the Eurovision channel. It's an amazing show. And this year, since we didn't have last year from the pandemic, it will be amazing. Yeah, I hope you guys do this tag. I hope you have fun with it. And I post videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So I see you guys in my next video. Bye!